Jack, that feels like a really big result. How do you assess it?
Yeah, I think when you go into a game and you look at the table, I think you try as much as you can not to look at it, but I think naturally you do, and I'm sure that the players do, and you see that they're ahead of us, and you know the importance of getting 3 points today. And then when you go 1-0 down, and the players, I'm so proud of the players because they found something extra today. They had help from the fans. At 1-1, I thought they were outstanding, and they gave us that extra. And I think you can see when we really need them, and they can give us 10% extra. And some players I thought were done, and we were talking about changes, and then all of a sudden they're sprinting around, and that's down to them and down to the fans. So, yeah, big result for everyone, and we need to build on it now.
That reaction, is that a testament to the fact that 3 wins on the bounce, 10 unbeaten in all competitions at home? This is becoming somewhere that really does make a hell of a difference.
Yeah, I think when I first came in, I thought that was one of the biggest things we wanted to focus on sort of changing it here. And probably I was a little bit naive at the start because I thought it could potentially be easier than it was. And, I probably didn't understand as much the journey that everyone's been on here and how they felt. And I still feel like we've got work to do with that. And, of course, fans will still be frustrated with where we're at because it wasn't that long ago we were in the Premier League, and we want to try and get closer to that every time we're here and every minute we get. But it's been difficult at times, and I think the most important thing is that we give the players the belief and the confidence. We spoke about that when I came in as well, and how do you do that is by winning games, and we've managed to do that. And I think you get a little bit more from games like today when you're going into a tough game. We speak about all the things that they're good at, and then they score like that, and then you have to find another gear against a team that probably won't, once they go one up in a game, they won't lose many games that way. So yeah, all the credit goes to the players because they're the ones on the pitch, and they're the ones that, I didn't think it was anything tactically, I didn't think it was anything that we done, it was just their spirit and their belief that got them through.
You mentioned you're pleased with the reaction. In terms of the overall, because we've seen a lot of different characteristics today from having to dig in maybe than we saw in like a 4-0 against Wycombe on Boxing Day. Is that something that's really pleasing, that you're seeing these different variations of what we've got within the group? Yeah,
I think we've showed in some games the courage and the belief, and it takes a different type of courage, like you said, against Wycombe to control the game and take the game away from them. But I think back to the Bolton game, I think back to the Huddersfield game. Okay, Huddersfield, we got it over the line. Bolton, we didn't quite get it over the line. I think Port Vale, we were losing here and came back in the game. But I think when you do it in that way, we done it today and against in a local derby, it gives everyone a lift. It gives everyone a little bit more belief. And we've set the bar now. We've set the bar for that energy, that belief, and we need to make sure that every time we're here and we got a game at home that we bring that again, and the fans bring that again. And I've spoke about away performances, we need to find something else, but we'll focus on home performances for now, and they've been good.
Another 2 home games on the horizon as well, back to back. Does that feel nice as well, that we're getting into our groove here, and then we've got a little bit of a run of games that we can kind of knit that together?
Yeah, I think so. I think 2 different games. Of course, the cup game is important to us. I think the players that have stepped into that competition have done really well. I think JJ is a good example of that. Now he's in the team and doing really well for us. So players will get an opportunity on Tuesday to do that, and then we go again here on Saturday against another team that are up there, another team that make it difficult. And we'll have to make sure that we're ready and we're prepped and everyone's recovered, and we bring all the energy, and the fans bring the energy as well. And let's try and continue this run at home.
Well done today.
Thank you.